intro? No, wait. That's the one I've been using for the last 3 months.
Yeah, that's our intro. We need to decide on a specific intro.
Oh, I'm making a new one.
That's going to be the...
That's going to be the definitive, the one I can like the most.
Yeah,
it's only gonna be like
13
13 seconds instead of 30.
I remember the weird sitcom intro was pretty dope.
What happened to that one? I think that one got deleted on accident.
God damn.
Everyone, mainly me, act like it isn't 8 in the morning.
I mean...
Fuck shit ass bitch, alright.
It's... God damn it, we can't... Gotta calm it down. It's also 9 in the morning now.
Oh,
and we
shit.
are live.
Oh, hey, we're live.
And this is episode probably 15, maybe 16 of Why Do We Sound the Same?
Yeah,
I am your host, Jacob Solo. And as always, I am here with Scott, the... I'm trying to think of a nickname. Scott, the blonde guy Burr, and Bradley, the champion Millis.
Oh, he gets to keep his nickname?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll come up with a better one for you.
No,
someday.
champion's pretty
Oh,
good.
the magician.
Actually.
We'll go with the magician.
Oh.
I love
Scott.
this shirt, by the way.
Yeah,
the
thanks.
cat.
It's really old, so it's all stretched out in the boobies.
For a second, I thought he was holding a drumstick, but it is not.
It's
It
a
is
torch.
It is a double-sided candle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what I think of when I think of
He is
double-sided.
burning the candle at both ends.
Oh, I bet that's what it's about.
for magic.
He's
He's a magician.
and he's running out of time because he's a magician.
For those of you listening at home, Scott is wearing a shirt that's like a tarot card for the magician. I think the number 1 tarot card. But instead of a human man, it is a cat.
Catman,
Catman.
bipedal,
Cat priest, cat pope.
new band name, Cat Priest, calling it.
Yep.
All right. So, what do we want? What are you bringing to the table today, Scott?
Well-
table as in boxes.
With the new and improved format, we can forego all of that boring stuff. Excuse me. And I just figure that we can all kind of talk about some shit we like. Everybody knows I like Breaking Bad. That and Better Call Saul, which ended Monday. They had the season finale. So I've got kind of my review, I guess, of the whole season. It's pretty good.
Okay.
That's
How many
it.
times
That's
you
it. That's all of it. Yep, I'm done. No. I've got a lot more.
All right.
Oh, am I
Go.
going?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, so season 3.
I have a review. That's it.
A lot of reviews today. Sweet. So season 3 of Better Call Saul just ended on Monday. Seasons are 10 episodes. You know, nothing crazy. It was
It's like 10 hours of television.
yeah, which is kind of weak when you think about it. I mean, I guess if you have a show that's normally 30 minutes, they have like 20 some episodes.
Yeah.
So no matter what, a season's like 10 hours of
It's like 4.5 movies.
television. Yeah, there's enough stuff in here to
There's like
fill
5
4.5
movies.
movies.
Or like 3 Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Alright, so
I'll
season
watch those.
3 was a compelling season because mostly our main 2 plot lines became 3. It's pretty easy to kind of forget stuff going from one storyline to the other because we're adding in new characters more or less. So we've always had the main plot line with Jimmy, or Saul, Mike Ehrmantraut.
Have we figured out why he calls himself Saul yet?
Not really. So the first time we've seen him use the name Saul Goodman once.
Saul Goodman.
Because he needed to sell his advertisement spots on a television channel that he couldn't use anymore because he got in trouble and isn't allowed to practice law. So obviously he's not allowed to have commercials up either. So he pretended to be a advertising agency, and it was Saul Goodman Productions. And Kim, the love interest, was like, why Saul Goodman? He's like, it's Saul Goodman.
Yeah, so
we see it initially, but it's not like his name.
Well, I also
Real.
remember, in some back alley, he made a joke. In early in the first season, maybe episode 1 or 2.
Really? I don't remember it. I thought this was the first time they've used the words Saul Goodman in the show.
No, he made some stupid joke to someone that he was conning.
Okay, so maybe this is a thing he's been doing forever, using the Saul Goodman name.
I remember when I figured out that's
Yeah.
why he calls himself that.
You're like, oh.
Yeah, because I was just like, I
So
was just
clever.
talking to someone. I was like, oh, yeah, it's all good, man. Oh. Like, we weren't talking about Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul or anything. It's just, I said that and I was like, oh. Well, now I understand why that character from Breaking Bad is called that.
It's always funny when that moment finally dawns on you. Okay,
It made
so
me feel like a big old dum-dum.
we got 3 main plot lines this season.
3 plots.
Jimmy, this season, really his story is one of him versus his brother Chuck. They kind of are they're the last 2 McGills. It's all they have. It's just the 2 of them. And they start to fight and stuff about how Jimmy runs his life and law and respect and justice. And it gets to be like a really gross, like kind of knockdown, drag out fight. I'm going to cut all this out too, obviously. Okay, so their argument ends up being taken to court, where you really do see Chuck's intentions of hurting Jimmy with all of this, but of course he's claiming like, oh, it's for your own good. You need to learn how to not hurt people. But it really gets turned around. I'm trying not to spoil anything. And that's when you really start to push the idea that maybe Chuck isn't faking his disease. Maybe he's just psycho.
What disease?
He has an allergy to electricity. And everyone's like, yeah, that's bullshit. You just want everybody to make special arrangements for you, and you need to whine about something. And in the courtroom, he is tricked and doesn't notice. I really can't say too much without ruining it. So in that moment, it's proven to Chuck himself and everybody else in the courtroom that, yeah, he's fucking bullshitting this allergy to electricity. So he starts to really think about it. He's like, oh, maybe I am just insane. So the last 2 episodes, you really see Chuck
being
like have to accept it. Yeah, so after he's kind of forced to see that it's not real, he tries to live with it. He's like, I'm fine, I can do whatever I want. And he starts to go after his own firm because they're kind of forcing him to retire. He's horrible for PR. He freaks out, he breaks stuff, he goes crazy in courtrooms.
This is Chuck?
This is Chuck, yeah, the older brother.
Who plays Chuck?
I have no idea.
Brad, IMDb. Who plays Chuck?
So, in the last 2 episodes, he goes from trying to force himself to be normal to fully losing his mind. The season finale ends pretty sad. Man, I wish I had my other notes with you. They get real frantic. It's just me taking notes. I'm like, oh, cool. Kim's taking some time off. She's at Blockbuster. Oh, now we're at Chuck's house. Oh, he looks weird. Oh, this is a total Shining moment. Chuck's gonna die. Chuck's gonna die. Chuck's gonna die. Like, my notes look like I'm insane. But
Rad rum.
yeah, I have a theory that Chuck's gonna die. I have a theory that Kim's gonna die. And I have a theory that that's it, that Nacho might die, but I don't know if he made it to Breaking Bad. So that's one of my other stories. Nacho has really come out this season. He's Don Hector. Do you remember the dude in Breaking Bad with the wheelchair? Mm-hmm. Okay, before he's in a wheelchair, he's still like a badass crime drug dealing boss.
Okay, this so is like, he in?
Yeah. Don Hector's a big part.
How many years before Breaking Bad is Better Call Saul?
Only a few.
So that dude
like
really...
4 or 6.
Who plays Chuck?
Michael McKean.
Let me take a look-ski at Michael.
From This Is Spinal Tap. He was in Spinal Tap.
He was also Mr. Green in Clue and the State Trooper in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Decent career, that guy.
Dece.
But yeah, Nacho, he is like Don Hector's like right-hand man. He's usually there collecting the money. He's a young guy. And Don Hector wants him to use his...
Breaking Bad.
You do remember Nacho?
No, I don't remember Nacho.
You don't?
You don't remember Nacho? I don't remember Nacho.
No, I remember... Whoa, wait. Do I remember Nacho? Am I thinking of this?
You might be thinking of the first season of Better Call Saul.
Is this in Albuquerque?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm thinking of...
Is it?
Is Nacho the one that got crushed in that junkyard with Tuco?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
I mean, Desi's watching Breaking Bad again right now, but I haven't been.
Yeah, someone will have to remind me when they get there.
I have 2 Los Pollos Hermanos aprons.
Oh, we should use those.
Cook. Don't watch an episode with her, because you're going to get sucked in again.
Oh, yeah. It's
even my 3rd time watching through the series, I found myself feeling very suspense. I was on the edge of my seat. Even the third time watching through, I'm like, what's gonna happen? Brad, you know what happens, but
it could be different.
They do such a good job with it that like, I don't know. Even like going back and watching through it, it is just as exciting.
I haven't rewatched Breaking Bad.
Do it.
Yeah, I need to.
I mean, it's still on Netflix. I also have The Barrel.
Yeah.
So.
I've got at least seasons 1 and 2 I need to read. But anyway,
Probably.
Long story short, Nacho's really battling like his business, his boss, the Salamancas, because he wants to use his father's store to help start smuggling, and he's like, "No, keep my fam out of it." And Hector's like, "You're gonna do this." So there's a lot of tension there. Yeah, basically family versus business. Then we have Mike, who literally just disappears this season in the middle. Oh, actually, right at the end. He's not even in the season finale at all.
Mike
Ehrmantraut. Yeah, just poof, gone. Like what the fuck. But he is really developing his relationship with Gus this season. The last thing he does, you can see him with that girl from Breaking Bad that does all the money. I don't remember her name. Lydia, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does a lot of stuff with money.
You know, that Gus
And
guy.
he's in her office. Yeah.
That Gus guy's a real two-face.
And this is like great foreshadowing.
He loses half of his face and looks like the Batman villain for a split second, then he dies.
Just falls.
So,
Fixes his tie first. Because he dies like a gentleman.
Of
that
course.
is the most fucked up bit of television
Oh.
I've ever seen.
After watching 3 seasons of Better Call Saul, I like Gus now.
No, I mean just that scene.
Oh, I like
what
Gus
they
the whole
showed,
time.
and yeah.
Oh, Gus is way more badass in this one because he's not really like he's still setting up his like super empire, so he's not like weird and jaded about it. He's like excited and really good. Like he's the most honorable drug smuggler I've ever seen.
Okay.
Who plays Gus? Because he was at a comic book convention last year, the Wizard World that was here.
Oh,
he was
okay.
at that, and
Me find out.
he was just yelling at his booth, holding a box cutter.
What?
It's like, who want? Come on. He was, I don't remember what he was yelling, but he was just holding it up. I think somebody brought him a box cutter to sign.
Okay.
So he was like, guys, check it out.
I'm signing a box cutter.
Because, he killed that guy with a box cutter. It was real fucked up.
Okay, so his name is... I'm gonna fuck this up so bad. Giancarlo Esposito.
What the fuck? That doesn't sound right at all. Yep. Giancarlo Esposito.
Your boy took 10 years of Spanish in elementary school and high school.
No, 10 years
in high school.
of high school. Yeah, that's you right there.
Oh yeah, you went to West Des Moines. They'd start teaching Spanish early.
Yeah, first grade.
Which is the least necessary school zone.
Giancarlo Esposito.
You ain't got a whole lot of diversity up in the West Des Moines. Just saying.
No, not really. Not at all.
Unfortunately.
To just wrap things up, put a little bow on it. The season overall, it is good. I feel like a lot of people probably are going to disagree or say, oh, it's not as good as the other 2 seasons. It's the third. This one didn't launch like Jimmy and Mike forward a lot. In fact, it kind of set them back. I feel like they're kind of now slowing down the series as it's picking up. The main thing that obviously stops Jimmy is his suspension from practicing law. Mike is now trying to not kill people. He's like, I don't want to kill people anymore, but I do need to get all of this money somewhere. So there's like a weird pause. With Jimmy taking small stuff in his life a little more seriously and wanting to be there for Kim, they actually have like a relationship now. They're not just like awkward partners that he's like, oh yeah, I'd totally marry you. She's kind of into it. So I think that's going to be a huge thing, which is why I think Kim's going to die. Because he's going to have like a normal life. Things are going to be going good for old Jimmy, and then boom, something bad happens. So that has to be happening in season 4. But it's a good season. It's just not as exciting. It's taking a step to slow it down, give us more episodes, I'm thinking.
They're probably doing
Stretch
a lot
out
of
the series.
setup.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it was probably going to stop in 4 seasons, but it's doing well finally, so maybe now they're going to take it to 5 or 6.
Well, that and they have like a continuity that they have to adhere to too.
Oh,
So they,
that
make
takes
sure
a
they
long
don't.
time.
I feel like that's a problem that a lot of series go through is once they get established to a certain point and they have so many different characters and storylines that you gotta follow, you kind of start having episodes where like the main character isn't even in the episode.
Yeah.
Like I remember Walking Dead had that issue a lot where I remember like myself. I'm like, Rick wasn't even in this episode.
Walking Dead sucks.
Walking Dead has way too many characters.
Yeah.
Like at least this one, we went from 2 to 3.
Right.
Well,
That's doable.
I mean, like Supernatural, you can just kill them off. Like everybody but Sam and actually, I guess Sam and Dean die a few times too, but they come back. They get better. But all the other characters that die never come back.
Game of Friends.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Well,
Just killing people off.
yeah. I guess The Walking Dead does that too, except for Rick and Daryl and Coral.
Coral dies, doesn't he?
No,
I
he just
don't
loses
know.
his eye,
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think.
I knew something bad happened.
That show sucks. Anyway,
I saw a meme after Carl lost his eye after that episode came out. He's just like, "Yo, Glenn, can I borrow that eye? I don't think you're using it."
Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, because Glenn's eye pops
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Also very gruesome part of moment of television.
Nasty.
Same network too.
Yeah, AMC
Nasty.
really killing it.
Ah.
Ah!